formal painting of a lovely young lady sitting in a hammock with her rabbit. This is not the kind of work that I'm necessarily interested in making. Like, I can't even affect the light because there's like, you know, magic light flowing through my window midsummer, like in a bar. Like, this is not false, but it's not the work that I'm necessarily interested in doing. I want to do something that's more interesting. So, by removing the hammock, it completely changed the context of what I was working with. And this pink dress, I could not mess around conceptually with these images because, first of all, I wanted to show respect to these girls and their families and their brothers who were there, who had helped me install this hammock. And so, well, a lot of my previous work dealt with things that were not real, they were not real people. And because it's on a photograph, it doesn't really feel like a real person, it's a drawing. But these were real people. So I had to be super sensitive to my environment. Smile. Okay. Come on. And these are up to the dolphin. This was my roommate, Peregrine. She is an Indian miniature painter. She's studying under a master. She's one of the first artists that I've ever met that talked about the process in the week. We do this, we do that. She had not been to America. She had not had a drink of alcohol until she got to art and art. So, you know, very devout Muslim, and a rebel within her own circle of friends. So, you know, having her as my roommate was hilarious. And we are very good friends. We Skype a couple times a week, and she went back to Pakistan and cut off all her hair. So these are people that are not, these are not actually like international people in the sense that they literally are from other nations. They're not just different looking people that are living in New York. So I really have to hand it to Francis Greenberger. He really does put these people in. Martha, Caitlin and Megan, I'm sitting in my studio, and about 1 week in, there's like 4 stunningly beautiful teenage girls standing in my studio because they told all the camp counselors from the kids camp this network that I want to draw them, though I've never seen one in my life. So I had these incredible models. This is awesome. My studio became sort of living room for some people. People would pass out. This is Mental Nerva. She's from Israel, and she is an incredible stencil artist. Her fingers were just covered in black ink and enamel elements. And the one time that I went to help her in her completely ventilated outdoor space, I thought I was going to get cancer. She smoked more cigarettes than any woman I've ever met in my life. But amazing. It's amazing characters, amazing artists. Amazing to see. And then just transition. I brought my friends with me from Kansas City. I didn't want to just have a blank slate because it freaks me out. And I was surrounded by a lot of other artists who had been curious too. That was nice. This is Isabel. She was one of the camp counselors. She really liked this one. Daniel. You know, just having this ability to have people from all over the world just sort of pass out in my studio and draw them for, you know, half an hour. They would wake up, go back to their studio, sort of refreshed. And because there were so many artists just working with each other and doing things with each other, it was a resource that didn't exhaust the other person. Like, it actually gave them an opportunity to refresh. This is small. This is about 8 by 10. This is not as well of a photograph of this piece because I donated it to Francis Greenberger. There's a show at the end of the residency, and this is Barnabas Nzuzo. He lived in the jungle of Zimbabwe and had to be brought. No, it was in Botswana, and then was brought to Zimbabwe to get his visa to come to America. He had keloid scars all over him from working with machetes and chainsaws. He had 17 kids, and he worked with ironwood in Africa, which is, it's not the hardest wood, but it actually pulls iron out of the earth. So he made these indigenous portraits of people, and this is Barnabas every day. So the fact that I actually got him to sit down and take off his hat was like, everybody thought it was amazing. He just worked from like 5 in the morning to like 10 at night, and you know, just a really different person.
Ross?
And this is just a quick piece of kind of not This is Hani Al-Kam. This is one of my studio floor friends. He was next to my studio, and he was in the studio day before I had been in before. He was from Jordan, and I really like this piece. I had a great conversation with him as an artist. We were both figurative painters, and I really love the fact that every portrait has its own field, and just to have somebody who's from the Middle East reclining, especially now, I think has a really sort of beautiful and subtle statement. And then here, again, it's just an environment. Birds are flying, ducks are flying. So you come back to your studio and there's these just really delicate, natural moments. This bug just was exactly the same color as the ink I was using. It's crazy. This is a red blanket. You wear this skirt the last day, go away, you don't come back. Just flowers in my hair. She's like, did I take myself? She's like, no. Look at that. It's lovely. These are the really great moments. Sarah Simmons, I mean, look her up. She's this amazing, amazing artist. But after our residency, we had this sort of studio thing. We had critics in our studio every other day. It's very aggressive, super intelligent speakers and writers and lecturers every night. So this is a piece that I came with, and this is a piece that she came with. And just this sort of this moment of blackface in the woods in blackface. It's not a good reproduction of it, but just, you get these sort of kismet moments that are, you can talk about your work with somebody else who you admire. It's great. These are my friends. They really encourage us to drink every night. The scientists, the real estate people, everybody, the writers, because they felt that it broke down cultural boundaries. And, none of the people that are listening have been to America before. Just being able to have these sorts of conversations is amazing. Bruno, Rodrigo Bruno, he knows my roommate on the left. It's a really beautiful time. And then after the residency, we missed each other so much that we had to meet up for breakfast. I got home, I set up a hammock. I just wanted to keep up this sort of formal thing until I transitioned to my next body of work. This is Chadwick Brooks. Probably going to hear not doing this one because I didn't want to kill it. This is Lily, my E.G. Kemp's daughter. And he was great to get me to speak with me so I could give this lecture. And my brother passed out, dropped out. Thank you for coming.